Hello, friends. Welcome to Go Buff Yourself and Thousand Faces TTRPG presents Chapter 11 of The City of the Crimson Tower. My name is Ethan. I will be your game master for this evening, as always, around here. And I am joined once again by these 5 incredible players. I'm also joined by all of you wonderful people here in the stream and in the chat. We appreciate you genuinely more than we can say. We got a few opening announcements. First of all, if you aren't subscribed and following, if you feel like following, that's dope. If you feel like subbing, even cooler, because you get access to a lot of cool emotes, and if you follow, you get access to those little avatars you see at the bottom of the screen. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Why not? Help support small streamers. That's it. That's my only appeal. So I'm going to throw it over to Anna Margaret.
Hello, I'm so excited. I'm obsessed with this game, and so I made a YouTube video on our game, and it's on my channel. It went live last week, and so definitely check it out. I talk about how much I love this game as well as the system.
It's genuinely one of my favorite videos on Savage Worlds, and it has nothing. You could cut off every part with me in it.
And you're in it. You are amazing.
You could cut out every part with me in it, and it would actually be even more my favorite. But
no, you and Lauren made the whole video because I also wasn't alone in my basement filming it. Y'all were there too.
But
it was perfect.
You should go watch it. It genuinely breaks down the system in a great way to see if the system is for you and your table. And Anna Margaret even gets into the really crunchy stuff with math. So it's really good. We have to use math. So that is one announcement. And then, just because I think it's fun, hey, Matty, why were we starting a little late today?
I had a bunch of ostrich eggs due, and I had to help them hatch. So I showed up like 5 minutes ago.
Legit. I love these.
They're very cute.
4 of them? Was it 4? Oh, it's precious. So that's why we're starting a little bit late, and the reason we're playing today instead of yesterday, just to give a shout out to our friend Mav here and our friends over at Identico. They just wrapped up a 4-part mini-series, and it was fantastic. I had to watch it after the fact on the treadmill. I wasn't able to be there live, but it was fantastic. And Identico with Lauren and me as players will be starting again next week on Tuesdays. So every other Tuesday we'll be here, and every other Tuesday we will be on Identico. Smallville, I see you asking for the link. I believe Lauren pinned it, so it should be available somewhere in here.
I'm throwing it in right now.
Oh, here it comes. So go watch that, but not right now, because those. Oh, Mav. My dude.
Don't forget that there's also something special happening here beginning on the first Monday of October.
I'm so excited. Thank you for mentioning that, Mav.
You're welcome.
We are next Monday, the day we get back from a convention, doing session 0 and I'll be recording that and posting that after the fact, but starting the first Monday in October, we're going to be doing a 4-shot of another horror system in a very different setting called Mothership. So if you are a fan of the movie Alien or Aliens, specifically Aliens, you will love this 4-shot. It features Mav, and it also features a number of people. Oh, it doesn't feature Mav. I'm sorry, you were just shouting us out. I'm so used to you being in every single game at the moment, Mav.
I'm not in it either.
I know. So actually, you are going to be seeing an entirely new group of players, including our friends Jack and Sammy B from the DMT podcast, including Corey J. Phillips, an incredible friend and voice actor, including Jolly Yellow Nerd, who is an amazing creator I've never gotten the chance to play with yet, and I am super excited. And 2 of our friends who have been playing in our other Curse of Strahd game and never appeared in a streamed game. It's going to be highly fatal to the point that I have had everyone make, or I will be having everyone make 2 characters just to start with, because it is very possible that one of them will die in session 1. So come check that out. I am very excited for that. But I'm even more excited at the moment for tonight. So let me get our required pre-session announcements out of the way. 18 plus stream. It's a horror game, and someone will probably legally smoke weed on stream at some point. So just getting that out of the way. Please clip your favorite moments. That helps me immensely because those clips turn into our advertising. So thank you, Smallville, our #1 clip contributor, but feel free to clip your favorite moments, and eventually, once we get to the point, I plan on doing some giveaways for the best clip of the month. So keep practicing those skills, and we'll do some giveaways eventually. But until then, I think those are our announcements, and I think we're ready to roll. So let's roll that intro. When we left off, Hour 5 had successfully navigated the hellscape of the nightmare house of the Dursts and found themselves deposited once again on the streets of Bridgewater. You all quickly made your way to the Bottle's Bottom Bar and Morning Mist Motel, where you grabbed a drink to try to settle your nerves. It didn't quite work. You were, soon after entering the bar, approached by Mark Indirovich, who introduced himself as the interim mayor of Bridgewater. He let you know that things had not been going well in town, that the town had been besieged by the creatures, the entities under the control of the devil, who controlled the tower. You all made the connection that that was, in fact, the same individual who had written you all letters and lured you all here in the first place. Mark made a request of you that you, if you were leaving town and heading for Valaki Hills, that you take his sibling, Ira. There were heated discussions on the matter, and Mark thanked you all for your time and said to meet him at the mayor's estate if you all needed a place to stay, dinner, and all of that. And he excused himself from your presence. You all talked a little bit, explored the town in hopes of finding sign of a missing woman, Gertie, whose mother, Mary, had approached you all and Mark in the bar and explained to you that Gertie, her daughter, had gone missing. You weren't able to find any signs of her, but you found indications of other terrors lurking in the streets and alleys of Bridgewater. But then you made your way to the mayor's estate and found a dilapidated mansion that looked like it had seen hell. There were large claw marks on the exterior walls of the building. Scorch marks, footprints. And when you knocked on the door, you were greeted by a voice that you didn't recognize, saying, "Sorry, no appointments today." But after you introduced yourself, the door was opened, and you saw Mark, along with who you were then introduced to as Ira Indirovich, the sibling of Mark. And it's right here as the door opens, and the door has opened, that we pick up. Ira has short-cropped red hair. They are non-binary and relatively not scrawny, but willowy, lithe. Dressed in a pinstripe shirt, rolled-up sleeves, tan slacks, a red ascot around their neck. If you need a pop culture point of reference for how this individual is dressed, think Evie from The Mummy. Is a very good point of reference for the dress. It is the right time period, after all. But as they stood in the door, they then, both of them, welcomed you inside. And as the five of you stepped inside, you see a relatively well-furnished interior, though the fixtures inside here show age and wear. There are noticeable oddities around the house, some of which you noticed from outside, including the boarded-up windows. There are also holy symbols all over the place that you can see in here. You can tell they're holy symbols by how they are hung on the wall. They have blazing suns as the main centerpiece. As you all are welcomed in by Mark and Ira, and the door is shut behind you, a few of you also look off and see in one of the adjoining rooms what looks like a coffin, surrounded by wilting flowers. And there is the faint odor of decay as you step in here. And as Mark shuts the door and turns to you all, "Well, I am very glad that you all decided to join us for dinner. It's been a while since we've just gotten to have a little bit of normalcy. So, it'll take us a little bit to get dinner all prepared, Ira." And Mark turns and looks at Ira, who says, "All right, we don't have too much here, but I'll see what I can get together."
Why don't I help you?
"Oh, please, that would be..."
I know my way around the kitchen.
"Oh, you're such a dear. I didn't get your name."
Oh, heavens me! I'm Gloria.
"Gloria, pleasure to meet you. Ira Indirovich. And the rest of you?"
Well, I'm Gloria.
I'm Brawk. What's that smell?
Ira, their eyes dart, glancing towards the coffin. "That would be Father."
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Okay, cool. My name's Nyne. I was expecting that. Thank you for clarifying that is your dearly departed father that's in there. Because I assume that that's where we all slept, that each one of us had their own coffin upstairs, and that was the type of sleeping arrangement that we had. I'm just saying, because you gotta, from what looks outside the front of your house compared to in here, I mean, it's cozy in here. A lot of how's that get all the way up there? Why is that all the way up there?
I'm Hawthorne. Is this part of the mourning period where you guys keep the body?
Mark, not a intentional mourning period, but we unfortunately haven't been able to take our father yet to be buried. If you all are still around in the morning, perhaps that's something you wouldn't mind assisting with?
We would happily help with that, absolutely.
Ira, who has been shaking hands with everyone and introducing themselves, when you say this, looks at you. That is the kindest offer. Hawthorne, Gloria. It has been a long time since kindness has been on the menu in Bridgewater, so I'm not sure where you all are from, but you are welcome here. Thank you.
We don't know either.
Mark, as you all are getting introduced, goes to a coat rack and begins to put on the same jacket and and overcoat that he was wearing when he entered the bar. If you all will excuse me for just a few moments, I'll try to be fast, but I want to see if I can get that search party organized for Gertie. It shouldn't take me long. In the meantime, please, make yourselves at home. Ira, would you mind showing them to the guest rooms? Of course, absolutely. If you'll follow me. Mark and Ira give each other a little nod, and then Mark exits. Right, unfortunately, the estate is expansive, but we only have 2 furnished guest rooms at the moment, so you all will either have to share or a few of you will have to stay in different rooms. But if you'll follow me. They lead you upstairs and show you to 2, again, nicely appointed, if not old and a little bit dusty, rooms. Once again, the windows are boarded up, but they show you to 2 guest rooms and take all the time that you'll need. I'll be downstairs in the kitchen. Gloria, or anyone else, whenever you're all settled in, you can find me down there.
Oh, darling, don't worry, I'll follow you. I have no sense of direction.
Oh, you are so
I'm just going to set down my bags kind of between the 2 doors and just...
You are such a dear. Yeah, follow me?
Before you go, Ira, do you have a bathtub I could use?
Oh, of course. There is a shared bathroom between the 2 guest rooms, but it features a clawfoot bath. So if you wish to draw yourself a bath, that is absolutely something you can do.
All right. She's going to actually draw a cold bath and attempt to wash the blood from her jacket and shirt from the stab wound that is still present in her shoulder. And
as you turn on the faucet to the tub, the water at first comes out brown. And after 3 or 4 seconds, whatever it was in the pipes works its way through and the water becomes clear once again. And you start cleaning your clothing, the water turning this pinkish color as the blood flows out of it.
And then I'm going to attempt to make a medicine check. Or a healing check.
Yes, you are still just within the hour because the entire session of last session took just a little under an hour.
Was it an hour or 20 minutes?
So the golden hour in Savage Worlds is the time period where you can try to heal things naturally. So you have an hour.
Okay.
So go ahead and make that healing check now that you are skilled in that. Is there anything, Brawk, Hawthorne, or Nyne, you're wishing to do? Are you checking out the rooms at all, or are you just seeing where they are and following Gloria and Ira back downstairs?
Brawk will definitely just be shuffling behind everyone else, fiddling with his hands, trying to make himself small. He's uncomfortable.
Hawthorne's just sort of wandering around the rooms after people disperse a little bit, looking at the windows and the boarded up areas, wondering how hard it would be to like replace them and like help them like actually, fix their windows.
Got it.
Nyne will a new place he's not familiar with. He will survey and kind of wander a little bit to see his surroundings.
Nyne and Hawthorne, could each of you make me notice checks? This is just to see who gets the highest. Shout them out when you get them.
I got a 4.
4, okay.
I got a 2.
And a 2. Nyne, you look around your room, and like the night table has a thin veil of dust on it. The sheets look like they're fresh, but they haven't been redone in quite a while because no one has stayed in there. So you pat down the bed and there's a little of dust that comes up and just lingers in the air for a little bit. The whole house, again, just a reminder, is lit with electricity. You are able to turn on lights and all of that, but the lights flicker a little bit as they warm up. Hawthorne, you're in the other room because there are 2 guest rooms. In this room, first of all, you said you were wanting to look at the boarded up windows. You managed to find one of the boards that isn't too solidly nailed down, and you just pull it back a little to look at the window. The window panes are still there, but it has been boarded up from the inside regardless. You also notice that on the night table in this room, underneath it, it looks like it got lost at some point or has been hidden under here for a while. But you find a piece of paper. It has several paragraphs, all written in the same hand. It's not a typewriter. This is handwritten. And they're all written in... It's chicken scratchy. Looks like the hand of a doctor, if we were to be stereotypical. The first paragraph reads as follows. In some shadowed corners of the world, the vampire reigns as a fearsome predator. Beyond mere bloodlust, these creatures are cursed with a range of abilities and weaknesses that make them as enigmatic as they are terrifying. That's the first paragraph. Do you take the...
Heck yeah.
Okay. Then I will send you the full text.
Yeah, I'm going to literally pick that up, start flipping it back and forth. After reading the first paragraph, I'm just going to... yeah, Karina.
What the hell's going on, Hawthorne? She's just going to walk into the room topless because her clothing is still drying.
I'm like, oh my God, Karina!
I'm busy.
I didn't expect this. I found a letter, but don't get it wet. You're going to get
She
wet.
will go and take the letter from you.
God, put some clothes on.
They're trying. It's not a big deal. And she'll just walk back to the bathroom with the letter.
Brawk sees you in passing and just passes out.
All right. Well, then I have sent both of you the full text to that letter.
Awesome.
You can.
But no, Hawthorne, she was literally had a needle in her shoulder because she's sewing up her wound. I got a 4 on the healing check, so I'm assuming
Perfect. Yes. So you managed to get rid of that lingering wound.
Damn it, Karina! Look what you did to Brawk. Brawk! And then I'm gonna lean down and like start trying to wake him up.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Naked. What are those? Breasts. He passes out again.
Oh, damn it.
It's the most relatable thing that Brawk has ever passed out from. So, the 4 of you handle your business up here. You find this letter, you clean up, sew up, heal up. In the meantime, Gloria, you and Ira head back down the steps and to the kitchen. Ira does look like they also know their way around a kitchen, but the pantry here is, as they open it, very bare. There are some root vegetables in sacks, a sack of onions, some potatoes, some barley, or some type of oat, but they are... they're struggling to come up with an idea.
I'm going to turn to them and say, cooking's basically just chemistry. We'll be fine. And can I take a look at all of the ingredients and see if I can, like, try to come up with something?
100%. First of all, take a Benny for that chemistry line. And also, just looking at these things that are currently here, there's one thing that comes to mind, traditionally with very few ingredients, and that is a soup of some variety.
I was going to say stew.
Yep,
stew.
There you go. So the 2 of you begin pulling out potatoes, turnips, onions, water, a little bit of dried herbs, and begin just chopping and prepping. So
while we're prepping, I want to try to get like a little bit of information. So I'm going to be like, so I'm so sorry about your father.
As am I. He was a good man. Didn't deserve this, but none of them did.
None of them?
After... And she looks around, realizing it's just the 2 of you, and realizing... They look around, realizing it's just the 2 of you, and then processing that they're in their own home. Strahd's assault on Bridgewater claimed many lives.
I'm so sorry. I think your brother mentioned that a little bit to us before. We're all pretty new here.
Did he ask you anything about me?
You know, he didn't ask us anything about you, but I do think he was a little bit unsure of whether we were planning on staying, whether we were planning on going, and was trying to get some information from us. And to be honest, we're not really sure. This is a kind of a weird situation, all of this, and I feel like we need more information before we could even know our plans. I mean, to be fair, between the 2 of us, even these people I'm traveling with, I've only known a handful of days.
What do you mean? You're the first people that I can think of in a long time who are new here.
You know, I'm worried I might have had a bit of a head injury. I'm not totally sure. The fact that I can't remember exactly where I came from is a little bit alarming when I think about regular, amnesia and how brains should work. So I'm trying not to dwell on it too much. I'm hoping that maybe there's some potential magic or something that's causing this memory loss. Anyway, sorry to bore you with that. I don't really know where or how I got here.
You're not boring. Quite the opposite.
Oh, darling, that's a relief, I guess.
It's and they get, as they're continuing to just cut up onion. I've always wanted to know what's outside of the fog. What's outside of here? What's outside of Bridgewater?
You know, we're hoping to understand more about what's going on here, but I want to know what's out there too. So maybe we can help each other find some answers. Because I while I can't remember it, I don't know where I was, but I know I wasn't here. So there's definitely something there.
You have no memory.
I wasn't here. I had to be there.
You have no memory of your time before coming to Barrowville.
Yeah, it's a little bit alarming. I do feel like there's pieces that are coming back, almost like echoes, but it's very, very weird.
You and I have something in common, then.
Really?
At
what
that
do you mean?
time, are the rest of you, after you're done with what you're doing, are you planning on coming back downstairs, or is there anything lingering upstairs that would keep you upstairs?
I think after Karina sews herself up, she's gonna draw a proper bath and have a nice hot bath.
Got it. 100% easily done. Brawk?
Nyne just wants to find a mirror.
There's one in the guest room.
Cool, because Nyne has yet to actually see what he looks like.
So, as you step in front of the mirror, one, could you remind us what you see and how Nyne responds?
Nyne looks, for the first time, being able to see himself since getting here. He sees a muscular, very tall, 6'4", Rakshasan, but for what he thinks is a giant black cat. His nose is slightly, looks like it's been broken a few times, but kind of reset. He has a cauliflower ear. His other ear is missing a chunk out of it. He has big yellow eyes. His whiskers are there, but like some of them are kind of missing, so it's like off kilter. He looks like he's been in a fight, so he has a few scars and whatnot. And he does the thing of like, if you were like to put on a mask in Halloween time, just like try to like make sure that this is his actual, like, opens his gums, all that stuff.
It's a strange moment, I think, for you, Nyne, in that this face feels foreign to you in one sense, but you also have no other face in your memory that it should be. So this both feels wrong, and yet you don't understand why it would be.
So I'm a cat man. And this is what everybody fucking sees of me? God, you are fucking ugly. What the fuck? What is this?
Take a Benny.
He does, however, do one thing since he is by himself. Make sure he's by himself. Looks down. Okay, it's still human. Okay, got it.
As soon as you said he does one thing, the guy in me was like, checking the dick?
Men.
Hey, you see the cat penis? I want to make sure that I'm human.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a little furry, but you know.
It's still there. We're good.
And what about Brawk and Hawthorne? Are you two lingering upstairs at all after your initial time up here, or are you going back down?
Well, after Hawthorne tried to wake Brawk up, hopefully Brawk woke up and is, sitting on the bed now at least. Yeah, I'm gonna look at Brawk and I'm gonna go, Karina has a piece of paper that has some writing on it. Don't let her keep it to herself. And then I'm gonna just sort of start wandering off into the hallway.
And he's gonna stumble. He's gonna stumble after you.
And then so I'm gonna look either way in the hallway. What am I seeing?
It's
out the door.
Just out of the doorway, the hallway that you came up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a wooden floor. It's a nice looking second floor here that clearly leads to multiple rooms, but it's just a hallway.
Are all the doors closed?
Aside from, I would say that there are at least 2 that are open. The guest room that you were staying in and the other guest room. Those doors have been opened. And unless Karina kept the door to the bathroom open while taking a bath, that door is closed.
It's still open.
Oh, okay, cool. Then 3 doors.
It's still open.
We're all avoiding eye contact.
Just shielding your eyes.
So impulsively, I would start wandering and probably go through a door that was open. Now, if nothing is open, I might be kind of more reluctant unless Brawk was like pushing me towards that.
Brawk, Ox kicks you into the nearest open door. Just kidding. Brawk, as he stumbles after you. What do you mean? He is going to stumble into you. Then grabs your arm to stabilize. What do you mean? What did you find?
I don't know, man. You know me. I'm not that intellectual kind. It was talking about. That was it. Vampires. Oh, yeah. I was talking about vampires. I don't know if that's a good thing. I guess it's not. That might not be a good thing. But do you think we can trust these people? I don't know. And Gloria's a talker. She might have told this chick some things.
He looks around and he clings, and you're almost holding him up as he's holding onto your arm.
You're very light.
This very frail, very wave. This whole place is it's not trustworthy. I don't know what we're supposed to do here or with whom.
I'm just worried about what the people did to ensue wrath from another. Now, yeah, she might have not been right. They might have not been right. But I just don't have any information, and I'm a little worried. But they seem like nice people. I'm trying to be nice. Am I being nice? I'm trying to be nice.
I think you've been nice. I don't. But then again, I didn't see much from the floor. But I'm caught by something you said. I didn't consider that people did anything to deserve what's happening to them, and that's a. And he taps his head. That's a interesting thing.
Karina, she's the one that got me thinking. She asked them straight off, what did they do? And I was thinking to myself, well, that's kind of mean, but at the same time, you're right.
Should we figure out what she thinks about it?
Nah, she's naked. I don't want to go in there.
Oh, no. Should we? No. Should we go join someone else?
Well, listen, I'm kind of peckish. I think Nyne ate my soup back at the bar. So can we go and help maybe Gloria out? Who knows what she said to them? And maybe Nyne wants to come along. Nyne.
Nyne.
I love this. I love this development with the voice. Nyne. I love it. I absolutely adore it.
What do you want? And he just walks by the door, just looks to his left. Karina's there. What's up, Karina? And just keeps going.
So,
what?
Oh, please continue. I apologize.
What do you want? What do you call me for?
What do you mean? What do we want? What you doing?
Well, for the first time since we've been here, I've been able to look at my own self. I'm ugly. Why didn't anyone fucking tell me that?
You are made.
Wait, what?
This face.
Why do you care what you look like, man? I think you look
I'm a
great.
giant cat man.
I like
that's
cats.
pretty cool. Look at my hands. And he shows his clammy, stupid little people hands. Look at your hands. Whose mitts are bigger and better?
Shout out to those of us who suffer from constant clammy hands.
Yeah, what's up, my guys?
Nyne just kind of flexes and his claws pop out. I guess I do.
Hawthorne starts touching his face, and he's like, dude, I don't even know what's going on with my face, and I don't want to deal with it right now, okay? Let's
You
just...
like a bull in a hat. I mean, it's a nice hat.
I'm going to focus on my hat. I'm just going to stay focused on what's... I don't even know who I am. I'm not going to focus on my features.
I'm not.
I don't know either.
I feel like a frog. At least I'm wet like a frog. So, but I'm not going to look at myself because that's going to be a whole other thing.
So this conversation is happening as the three of you start to head downstairs. But before we cut back downstairs, Karina, as you are in the bath, did you bring anything? Are you just sitting in the bath? Are you reading the letter? Are you doing anything while you are in here?
She's got the letter tucked in her journal that she generally sketches in, and she's currently sketching in the journal.
Sitting there in the bath, sketching. The warmth of the bath just melting away some of the stress of the day. Just a little. But as you're in here in the bath, you feel a tug, a desire, and your eyes flicker over to where you discarded your clothing and where that jar is tucked away. I will also say that before you tucked the letter into your journal, you noticed that it seems to be a analysis of the vampire. Talks about their bodies, resistances, vulnerabilities, and one word that definitely stuck out to you: bloodlust. But you continue sitting here in this steaming bath, this moment of luxury, as you can still hear the wind from outside and the rain pattering against the boarded up window. Doing anything else in this moment?
I think after a few moments of sketching, she's gonna take a closer look at what she's drawn. And as she runs, she's got two pens. One is a black one and one is a red one. As she finishes off the drawing with the red pen and looks down at a eerily familiar face of Jace, as that is all she has drawn in this book since she came to this world. She's going to kind of slam it shut, put it on the floor next to the tub, and reach for her coat. Whatever resistance she had is not there. She's still in pain from the stab wound, and her mind is just racing too much for her comfort. And she's just going to indulge a little more, sinking deeper into the tub, just resting the jar on the side of the tub.
No matter what this hellish land throws at you, that is always there. And as you take the first sip off of your pipe, relaxation flooding down your nervous system, the gratitude that you feel for the presence of this is indescribable. But we cut back downstairs to the kitchen. We hear the sounds of footsteps coming down the steps. But Ira continues the conversation. Apparently I wasn't from Barrowville either. I was found by my father, and my mother and father took me in and raised me as one of their own. But just like you, I can't remember anything before that day. Oh, and as the three of you hit the ground level on the stairs, the front door, you hear a heavy thunk as the padlock is undone, and Mark pushes his way back through the door. He's carrying a small bag that he didn't have when he left. Closes the door, takes his overcoat off, shakes off the rain, and turns to see the three of you. Brought dinner. And starts to head into the kitchen. And when he gets there, he sets the bag down on one of the counters, unties it, opens it, and pulls out two fairly scrawny rabbits. But this gets an excited, "Oh, good, we'll actually have something to serve." Ismark, I was worried that we were just going to have to serve onion and potato stew. I was going to be embarrassed.
I thought the stew looked okay. I think we would have been fine.
Oh, no, you did. We did. We're doing wonderfully, but a little bit of rabbit in there, at least that'll be better.
I do think it'll be more filling.
The two of you continue to work on dinner, and after a little while, the soup of turnips, potatoes, onions, and a little bit of rabbit is ready to serve. The best china that the siblings have is broken out. A little bit chipped, a little bit faded. But 8 places are set at the table. For the 5 of you, the 2 of them, and 1 more. Hawthorne.
Can we also get some food for the dog? Because we haven't forgotten we have a dog with us.
You do have Lancelot, who immediately followed you all up to your guest rooms and was just settled on one of the beds, quite contentedly sleeping. And unless you all call him, that is exactly where he will stay. But
we're gonna have to remember we have a dog.
But as you bring this up, a few of the bones with a little bit of meat left on it are set aside for Lancelot.
Thank you.
Dinner is served out. It's a better soup than what was at the Bottle's Bottom bar, but that's not saying much. But it is you, Gloria, and Ira did the best you could with what you have. And it actually smells quite nice. And as the 7 of you sit down, the 8th spot is set at the head of the table. Neither Mark nor Ira takes that seat, and it is left with the china set out, but no food placed in front of it. Yeah.
Karina is not going to join them for dinner.
Okay.
I think she's long since fallen asleep in the tub and is getting to that like tepid, sort of very awful temperature water now. But she is out of it right now in the tub.
Back in the dining room is I'm sorry, what was her name? Karina, that's right. Is she going to be joining, or is she going to call it an early night?
She's naked.
I'll go check on her. Like, excuse me.
Well, if that's her state, would you like me to go?
Yeah.
For just, or all you 9.
I mean, it's not like that.
It's an awkward situation.
I already walked by and saw her naked anyway a few minutes ago, like when we walked by.
Then carry on.
So Nyne,
I'll sit back down.
you head upstairs to the bathroom where the door is still open, and you see Karina still in the tub, head lolled back. You can't see her right arm. It's just dangling on the other side of the tub, but you can see that she is clearly out.
Nyne's going to knock on the door. Karina, you awake? He's going to find a towel, take it, and walk over like this. Karina, hey, put it over top and kind of like, first check for a pulse. God knows.
Fantastic. So, Nyne, you go and reach for wrist or neck?
She is already covered up. So the thing is over her, and I'm going to reach for her neck to make sure that she is okay.
Do you respond, Karina?
As you place your hand on her neck, and just as you're able to start feeling the very slow pulse, she's going to reach up, grab your wrist with one hand. What the fuck do you want?
We have dinner ready.
Why didn't you just say that?
I called your name multiple times. You didn't respond.
Well, try louder next time. She's just going to stand up.
Nyne, it also smells in here. A familiar smell that you have noticed when Karina has lit up a pipe before.
You also do notice Nyne as she stands up in the arm that you could not see. She's still holding that pipe.
Are you? Hey, look, I'm worried about you. Like, I know I'm kind of coming off as rough and tumble a lot of times, and I give you a little bit of shit, but like, are you good?
Are any of us good right now? Are you good, Nyne?
Hey, I just looked at myself in the fucking mirror. I am still acclimating to the way I look, but that's something I'll work through. But, and he kind of looks over to the other arm. I just need to know are you okay? Because if we're dealing with dangerous shit all the time, hey, look, I'm here for participating in barbiturates if need be, but like, are you going to be clear-headed when we actually need you? I just want to know that.
Yeah, I will. I'll be fine. I just need a lot of sleep and time. But whatever and whenever you guys need me, I will be there. I just need to wrap my mind around what is going on right now. I'm sorry.
Hey, no need to apologize. I just want to make sure you're good. Okay? Plus, we can do this all together because, hey, look, between all of us, pretty sure we can think of a plan to figure out something. We can piece this together like some giant puzzle. And while he's talking, he's handing you your clothes and whatnot and getting them for you and everything. It's like, look, we're here together. That's all we got is each other. Okay? So we work together as a team. We figure out who we are. We go home. Maybe where we were was a better place beforehand. And if not, we got new bodies. Okay, Catman. You see these? I don't think I've ever had claws before ever.
Nyne.
So, yeah.
You know how at the bar, Hawthorne was asking us to think of something good, something positive in this world, and nobody could come up with anything. I think you guys are what's positive in this world. think Gloria is what's beautiful in this world. I think Brawk is what is precious in this world, and I feel like we have to protect them. I have to protect them. And I don't know how to do that because I have failed at that before.
Well, it's only true failure when we stop trying. So we keep going on, we keep moving forward. Now you don't have to do this by yourself. Okay? If you want to protect them, I'll help you protect everybody. I want to protect everybody too. And that includes you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
She's going to walk up to you, and she's going to give you a hug. A very timid and very, very unpracticed hug.
Oh, okay, all right.
Still naked?
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking it. Like wrapped in a towel.
No. Nyne had been passing her clothing, so she's just slowly getting.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, it looks like we made looks like Gloria and an Ira person. They made like a really, really delicious, I think it smelled like rabbit and potato and onion soup. It smells delicious. We already got a plate for you set down. So whenever you're ready, we can go down, get some fucking food, figure out what's going on, and maybe there's some drinks down there too. We'll just have a blast. We'll have a party.
And now that Nyne says this, you can smell the herbs and meat a little bit over the smell of the bath and blood and opium. And your stomach just a little bit of growl because you haven't eaten at all since you've been here. Aside from a little bit of soup.
Nah, she didn't touch that soup. It was yucky. She will lead the way down the stairs.
We cut back to the dining room right after Nyne has left. And Mark and Ira give a small gesture towards the empty seat. Just a little nod to it. And you watch as Ira wipes a tear or two from their cheek. And Mark says, please, while it's hot. And you all start digging in. You did a good job, Gloria.
Yes. And then I'll look towards Mark and ask him, how was the search?
I managed to find one search party returned. No success. But I let them know the current search goal, looking for Gertie. Let them know everything that Mary had said. They have as good a chance as anyone. They know these streets, they know these alleys, and they know where not to go. Around that time, for the ease of the narrative, Karina and Nyne join.
I am looking between the two of them. So it feels a smidge suspicious. And I'm just kind of looking back and forth, but trying to make it very not obvious.
As you join...
So it's really obvious.
As you join, Karina,
it's
Mark,
really obvious. I'm just like...
Mark stands up from the table as you join, Karina. And once you take your seat, he also does. And then he and Ira start to eat the soup as well. So, new to Barraville. We didn't get too much of a chance to have idle chit-chat at the bar, so tell me about yourselves. Who, before you came here? Ira and I know very little outside of Barraville. We would love to hear any stories that you have from beyond here. And Ira, at this, shoots a glance at you, Gloria, and again, they perk up in anticipation.
I make eye contact with them because I already revealed to them I had no memories. So I'll kind of make eye contact and then look down at my soup.
Well, my name's Nyne. I'm a cat man. That's all I know. I like to punch things and fight things. That's, I don't have any memory of who I was or what I was beforehand. Got off a train and then I saw these lovely people. And no, I am sitting next to Gloria. So
Ira deflates visibly a little bit.
Seeing her reaction, I'll turn back to her and say, I mentioned that there were some glimpses of memories. I know that I worked in a medical profession.
Oh, is that a medical profession? That's fascinating. Do all of the rest of you have no real memories of before you came here also?
No.
fought some undead man.
Flashes, but it's not like I can make sense of it, so I don't know.
Well, that's all right. What about you two? Looking at Brawk and Karina.
And he's just going to scratch at his neck nervously, shift from side to side. I don't know where I came from.
Oh, you too.
Well, but I definitely know it was nothing like this.
I was telling Gloria while we were cooking that I have a similar experience. And as they begin to say this, you all can hear a noise from outside the house. Can't quite tell what it is, but you hear something. And clearly Mark and Ira do as well, as the two of them exchange glances and quickly push their chairs back with a scrape, jumping to their feet. And the two of them hustle towards the front door. What do the rest of you do?
Karina is going to put her hand in her pocket, find where her gun is, and just keeping it in her pocket, she's going to follow the two of them.
Okay.
God damn it. Gets a mouthful of soup and just comes on, gets up.
Oh, who are we beating up? Okay, come on. Brawk, you come.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to sit by myself.
I'm going to put napkins over everybody's food just to try to keep them warm. And just...
Love that. As those of you who follow behind follow, you see as Ira and Mark both run towards the front door, though Mark goes to a furniture unit right next to it and opens a drawer, and you watch as he pulls a pistol out and tucks it into the back of his pants, covers it a little bit with his vest, as Ira goes to a peephole. But the way the peephole is built is interesting. It's not right at the door. It's a little off to it. It's almost like a tube that they look through. And as they do, Ismark, it's Alenka. Half dozen others. Oh, they're armed. And they take their eye away from the peephole and look at their brother. They're turning on us, Ismark. I said they would. And Mark gives a nod and just a tap to the pistol secured at the back of his waistband and goes to open the door. And we're going to take a quick 5-minute break so people can go to the bathroom and refresh their drinks and all of that. We'll be back in 5 minutes to see what is up with that. Don't go anywhere, friends. We'll be right back.
Mob mentality.
And we're back. Mark goes to reach for the heavy bar on the door to unbar it. But before he can even reach it, there is a... Give them up, Indirovich! We few survive the devil's attacks, but it's only a matter of time before it happens again. If you're not going to do what needs to be done, we will. Mark stops and listens to this and gives... He doesn't fully look back towards Ira, but you can see that that is where his eyes were going. But he stops himself before fully looking over his shoulder towards them and unbars the door and opens it and stands in a partially open door. So at the moment, it's just him looking out. You all can't, unless you move so you can see past him, you can't necessarily see. Go home, Alenka. The rest of you as well. My father would never have permitted this madness. And neither shall I. No matter what you may think of me, I will not see what you wish done. And you are able to hear now through the open door that same voice. What needs to be done? This is the only option, Indirovich. A single sacrifice to save our whole town. The legends say that the devil has a preference for redheads, women especially. If Ira's blood can save our town, how can we say no? And Ira is still inside, hidden by the door. Their face, a rictus combination of fear and shame, almost? Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's going to, now he knows why they're here, he's going to start walking up behind Mark and come into view of the people.
Karina?
Karina is going to walk up to Ira, give her just a little nod, and lead her out of this main entranceway back into the kitchen.
You put your arm on, or you put your hand on their arm, and they put a hand on top of yours, but as you try to pull them away, they resist and just give a small shake of the head.
It's for your own good. It's best they don't see you.
You are a
I know
fool,
you do not know.
Alenka. Mark continues at the door. If any of you, think that appeasement is the path to peace regarding her, you're the mad ones. You're simply grasping for answers in a world that has none. But we are people of Bridgewater, and we do not turn on our own. They aren't even a true Barovian! Everyone knows that your father found her wandering lost as a child. They're not one of us, Indirovich. And if you are going to choose them over Bridgewater, then you're not one of us either. And Mark still at the door. If my father were alive to hear this, he wouldn't recognize you, Alenka. What have you become? Willing to throw one of your own to the dogs, just for the chance at saving your own skin? Ira, who has still been standing there resisting against Karina's pulls, turns to you, Karina. Help him, please.
I will. Get to safety first. I can't help him if I'm worrying about you.
All right. And she steps back, but still within line of sight, just enters an adjoining room, but is still watching what is happening. And Hawthorne, as you peek around and become visible, you're able to see the people outside. There are about 8 of them, but the one speaking is a late middle-aged woman. Her eyes are sunken with exhaustion, possibly other things. And as you come into view, and who are they, huh? Spies of the devil? In your residence? No, Alenka. Guests. And I am treating them cordially, as Bridgewater used to treat their guests, and its own. As this exchange continues, Hawthorne, you watch as Alenka... If that's your response, and we have no further need of you. And the 7 others who are carrying weapons, quote-unquote, broken chair legs, a machete, assorted other sharp implements, or heavy blunt ones, start to move towards the door.
I'm gonna say out loud to her, I'm gonna go, well, hi there, ma'am. How are you doing today? My name is Hawthorne. What is your wonderful name?
Alenka.
Alenka. What a beautiful name. That's a, you know what? I think I've met one other Alenka in my life, and just not as stunning as you, though. I just will say that. You know, our gracious host here has been kind enough to show us a bed for the night. How wonderful is that? And you guys are going to thank him, the mayor, the interim mayor, who's showing guests a wonderful room. You're going to thank him by attacking us? I don't think you want to do that. That just seems like poor publicity for yourself in the long run. I mean, I'm not here by myself, so you might be outnumbered. Who knows how many of me there are?
Make me, with that last phrase, Hawthorne, either a persuasion or intimidation check, your call, but I did see Nyne's hand.
When Hawthorne says you might not be alone, you just see Nyne just come around the corner.
We're going to, as a result of that, without even a roll, add +1 to whatever your result is, Hawthorne.
Okay. Okay, we got a 4, so a 5 altogether.
5. Us? And she turns and looks at her crew. Looks at you. Looks at Mark. You are a disgrace to your family name. Ismark the Lesser. And spits at his feet and turns to walk away. The rest of the mob, men, women, one older teenager, who all see the spearhead of their mob turn to walk away. And a few of them give just a little, it's only a matter of time, Indirovich, and start to walk away.
Well, you guys all come back now later, and we will just have a big old party, let me just tell you. See you later. God, what the fuck was that?
Mark's hand, ever since they started to move towards the door, has been resting on his pistol. But as they start to walk away, He loosens his grip and lets out a... shuts the door, puts the brace in place once again, and just turns to look at everyone. So, dinner's getting cold.
Yeah.
And just slowly, his posture defeated, walks back to the table and just sits down in silence in front of his soup.
Before Karina rejoins the table, she's going to look through the peephole and to make absolute sure that they are gone and nobody else is around.
They linger for... having moved away, they linger for a little bit, talk to one another. A few rude gestures are thrown towards the house. But then they do depart out of view. As those of you who do wander back to the dining room, Mark is sitting there, like I said, staring down into his bowl. And he just turns his head a little bit towards the head of the table, the empty place. What do I do, Dad? You'd know. I wasn't ready for this. And then when you all walk in, you watch as he... It's delicious. Ira, Gloria, thank you so much for this wonderful dinner. Just picks his spoon up and begins mechanically eating.
Okay, so I'm going to be the one to say it since we're all just kind of sitting here in silence. What was that about? Respectfully, of course. What are we talking about? Stradia? I'm guessing she's the one that's the devil. Looking for redheads. What is this?
Ira and Mark exchange glances as Ira can't help but, as you say, redhead, have their hand run through their short-cropped, bright red hair. Maybe a little bit later, if that's okay. I promise we aren't wanting to keep anything from you, but I think we need to talk first.
That's fine by me. And goes back to eating.
A few silent minutes pass, with just the clinking of silverware on china. And eventually, just about 5 minutes after sitting back down, Mark stands up, dabs his lips with the napkin. I think I have some things to check on in town. I'll be back. And as he starts to head towards the entryway...
Mark?
Yeah?
Do you really think that's wise? A mob just showed up at your front door and now you're going to wander through town alone? Allow me to come with you. And she's going to stand up as well.
Your company would be welcome. Though I hate the idea of having to have a bodyguard around my own town.
An important figure.
And it seems to be the state of the shit town.
Offense.
No offense. No offense.
Don't be too hard on them.
I most certainly will.
Yeah, I can't help but to agree. Kind of seems shitty.
I know the good that these people are capable of. But you put good people in a situation like this and looks back to those of you who are going to be staying, including Ira, and in the most forceful way that he has spoken to any of you, you heard it a little bit when he was talking with Alenka. Bar the door. goes to the coat rack, gets his overcoat, offers one to you as well, Karina.
She'll take one.
Make sure you guys are armed out there.
I am. But thank you.
And the two of them leave. Ira quickly barring the door behind, and then returning to the dining room table to eat in silence. Do the four of you who remain do anything? Or do you also just eat in silence?
Gloria, these potatoes, you guys really outdid yourself. I mean, rabbit stew, I think this is the best thing I've ever had. I'm just not... Is this saffron in here, you know?
Oh, you have a wonderful... You have a wonderful palate. You were able to pick that out. We had just a little bit still saved. Can't really get it these days. But special occasions, guests worth breaking out the best.
Now, talk to me. Are there people still farming, or is there trade?
Some folk manage to still have small gardens. Not much grows here anymore. But we're able to get by, along with the occasional trade from the vistas when they have things to sell.
Do things grow there?
The Vista, they're an ancient people. They've lived in Barrowville for as long as the histories have recorded. I'm not sure why, but they and they alone seem to be able to pass through the fog. It's resulted in quite a wonderful trade situation for them. But they're able to come and go and bring some things from the world that I suppose you all came from with them. My father bought the saffron months ago.
Now, I would have to look at the soil, I guess, but you said you've been here a while. Have things been getting worse?
Mark, he told you of the recent attacks on the town?
Oh, yes. No, I meant with things growing, with...
Oh, no, that's at least as long as I've known. When did you all get here?
A few hours ago.
Oh, then you wouldn't know, but outside, that's as bright as it gets here.
The fuck you mean?
That's not possible.
I've never seen the sun. At least, as far as my memories do any of you know what it looks like? And as they ask that question, you will search back into your memories. You know the word. And conceptually, you know what the sun is. You know that it's bright. You know that it comes out during the day. But you can't remember its feel on your skin. You can't remember specifics.
Well, darling, there's lots of areas that don't see the light of the sun. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. We still know that there's fusion happening inside.
Fusion? You know far more about things than I do.
Well...
Do you guys have calendars here? Like, how do you guys keep time of how long time passes?
Well, we do have day and night, but...
No months or years? You can't say how long you've been here?
Well, I know that I was around 10 when Mother and Father found me. I'm 24 now, so I've been here for 14 years.
At least we know we age in here.
We do.
Good to know.
we do that. We definitely do that. Growing, that's a different matter. Can I get anyone seconds or any tea?
Well, I can help you make some tea, and I'll grab 9 seconds. 9, give me your bowl. Don't make the lady do it for you.
I think they're there. They?
You do watch as you refer to Ira as a lady, and they, again, just kind of run their hands through their hair.
Pardon me. I'm so sorry. You are correct.
It's okay.
I'm sure Hawthorne was referring to me.
Oh, yeah, well,
don't worry, Ira.
Of course he was. Absolutely.
Hawthorne's real embarrassed and was like, "Thank you, Gloria."
No, it's all right.
No, it's okay. Honestly, they're all very charming. I love it.
I'm just attracted to all of you, so I just can't help it. I don't know.
They gesture, like, kind of broadly to their chest. Like, no, it's a reasonable mistake. As they do have breasts, but they do not identify as female.
Brawk flushes and readjusts his coat.
Oh. Okay, cool. So,
give me your bow.
In retrospect, what? I already gave you my bow. So in my understanding, you're considered non-binary then? Is that what that means?
I am me. And I don't feel like a woman or a man. Sometimes I feel like one or the other. When I was of age, I learned of those same legends that Alenka spoke of. And even then, I didn't feel myself in the dresses that they put me in. And then, when I read that, I knew that if I was born a woman, I didn't want to stay one. Not if that was my fate. So I am me. But you can call me a lady, or she, or he, or they.
I'm going to call you Ira, because that's a beautiful name.
I answer to anything. As long as I know you're referring to me.
I'm circling back to the... Oh, sorry, Brawk, go ahead.
No, you please. And he just sweeps his hair over his face and puts his head down.
Sorry, Brawk, I'm just still stuck on these plants.
No, it's okay. I want to hear what you have to say.
We do have lights inside all of these buildings, and while suboptimal for plant development, plants can grow under lights. So maybe we should attempt to grow some things inside, close to the lights.
Well, if you have any ideas for how to do that, I'm sure that
just
would
bring
make
the
life
plants
here. I mean, can
pots.
we just bring them in? Okay.
Well, we'll have to bring dirt too.
Well, yeah.
You know, we're edging outside of my area of expertise, but I think we could probably do it.
So you start providing general plans for how to do an indoor greenhouse and all of that, and Ira listens with absolute fascination because this is knowledge that isn't from here.
I pause for a moment, though, and consider, how do I know this?
Very well done.
What? But I don't question it for long. And I kind of push my bowl aside to Nyne and try to be like, do you have any paper? I feel like we should be planning. Sorry, Brawk, continue with your thought. Let me write this down.
And he just starts shuffling stuff on the table.
Nyne is purring so goddamn loud. Because that was just, oh, she's doing the thing where she talks, uses big words, and uses her brain. It's enduring and it's really attractive. And I forgot that I don't have a bowl of food. Cool.
As Hawthorne returns and sets it in front of you, and the camera fades to outside. Let me just adjust one thing really quick. Gotta get the right ambiance. Where'd you go? There you are. And as you and Mark step outside, Karina, it is raining, it is dark, and there are stewing storm clouds lingering low overhead. Mark, as the door is shut behind and the two of you walk just about 100 feet from the mansion, he stops by that ruined, twisted gate and just looks up into the rain for a second and lets it fall across his face. I don't know what I'm going to do here. For right now, all I was wanting to do was make sure the streets were safe. And make sure that that crew didn't decide to take their emotions out on other innocents. Would you mind just doing a quick patrol with me?
Of course not. And she'll pull out her umbrella and hold it over him.
As the two of you walk the streets of Bridgewater, you see much what you saw before. Those squat, identical concrete buildings, the glistening black paved streets, and almost no one on the streets. And as you're walking, Mark talks to you about his dad.
I think she'll listen, for the most part, quite silently. And then if the conversation breaks off, she's just going to talk about who she lost and the very little she can remember about him. Not in any details, not mentioning dragons or any of that, but just in that way of letting him know that he's not alone in the mourning period.
Dad would have known what to do with all this. He understood Bridgewater. He knew his people. I thought I did too. I thought I was doing the right things. But it's always wrong.
I was too hard on you earlier today.
Oh,
For that, I am sorry.
I don't know if you were. I really don't. I'll admit, after I left, and I talked with Brawk outside and went back home, I thought about what you were saying. And you were right. It is selfish. And these people are my family. And that's why I know I have to stay. But you heard them. You heard what's going on in their heads right now. They're desperate. Jace? Was that his name?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I told you that you could prevent another Jace just by being a little selfish, would you do it?
That's the thing. I think I caused Jace by being selfish. I don't know. I don't know much of who I used to be or where I came from.
But who?
All I know.
I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
But I don't care about who you were. And neither should you. Who are you? And what would you do now? because... And there's a iron bench that is soaked that he takes a seat on. He's already soaked through. There's a street light nearby, giving a sickly light that casts across the street. Moss overgrowing the street light so that it almost looks like a creature. But he sits on this bench. Here's what I'm afraid of, Karina. You said that you think Jace died because of your selfishness. I don't know if that's true. You don't strike me as that type, but... There are two selfish instincts warring inside of me right now. One, to keep Ira safe. Get them away from here. And the second is to keep them here. So that I'm not alone. And I'm afraid that if I choose that one, that they'll die. Just like Dad. Just like all the others. Except now, it's not even just the devil who wants them. It's not just the monsters. It's our own people.
She's gonna sit beside him and just kind of put her head in her hands. I think you and I are pretty similar in this situation. Less than almost, I don't know how long it's been. A couple hours ago, I was willing to die for people I do not know. And everything in me told me this was the right thing to do. That it was better me than them. And I understand what it's like to want to protect somebody, but also be willing to take that leap and sacrifice everything to protect them. I was told not to promise anything, but we will take Ira with us.
You say that, and you watch as he just breaks. Just right there on the bench. Tears indistinguishable from raindrops as he just mirrors what you did moments earlier, face in his hands, and just for the briefest moment is racked with sobs. I'm willing to die for them, too. I'm not willing for Ira to die. I won't lie to you, Karina. Taking them from here. The path from here to the Lucky Hills is not... It's exposed. It's a risk. For you and for them. If you tell me that it's the wrong decision, I'll trust you. But this is the only thing I can think of, and if you all are willing to take Ira with you, I hope that I can do what needs to be done and be the man my father thought I was. But if I'm second-guessing everything, including my own people, worried that they will turn on me, turn on Ira. You hear dogs barking in the background. Then, if I think that they're just going to turn on us in the night, I don't know if I'll be able to truly protect them, protect Bridgewater. I'll be too worried about protecting Ira.
I understand. And I have an idea.
Anything.
To help turn your people back towards you. And to ensure Ira's safe. But we're going to need a body. Is there anyone who died that could be made to look like Ira?
You all said that in the morning you would help me carry our father's body to the church. It's possible that there you might be able to find another.
All right.
Wrong ambiance kicking in right there. But
Yeah,
I loved it anyway.
What was that?
I loved it anyway. But
It was a bright idea.
you as you ask about another body, his response is simply, when we go to the church to bury. When we go to the church. I think I know what you're thinking. And I'm willing to try it. The camera fades away. And we cut to an hour later. Dinner has been cleared away in the home. Cleaned. Ira, after the conversation about how to grow plants inside faded, so too did their energy, it seemed. And the events that just unfolded in the preview, and those that have been unfolding here since before you all arrived, seemed to hit them. Well, wrong voice. Well, if there's anything that you all need, your guests in our home, I promise, as best I can, your safety. I can brew you up all some tea before bed, but if there's nothing else you need, I think I'm going to turn in for the night.
You just deserve to take care of yourself. We know where the kitchen is.
They, before heading off to bed, walk into the kitchen and come out with a glass bottle filled with a clear liquid, and they just set it on the table in front of you all. Don't get too hammered. And they depart, walking back towards their bedroom. Shutting the door. Leaving the four of you in this empty, other than Ira, this empty house that is, and you all are not far from a dead body sitting in the opposite room.
I'd forgotten about that.
I didn't.
I'm of two minds. Either we stay up all night trying to build a way to grow food with lights, or we sleep and we approach this task in the morning.
I think that you are a little bit more excited for the task than anyone else. But, I mean, and Hawthorne's going to start pulling the bottle towards himself. We could just have a drink. I don't mind talking about it until Karina comes back, because we got to make sure that she gets home safe, right? Are we staying up at least to make sure Karina's here with us?
Of course, I will not be sleeping until we are reunited.
We should probably also discuss sleeping arrangements. just, don't you think, Brawk? Father? Fine? Yes? Shouldn't
I'll take the
there's-
ground in a room with dudes, okay? I don't need Karina coming in all naked again.
With her boobies. Oh, sorry, ladies are.
I'm just staring at you. Yeah?
And he just flushes and kind of takes a grip on the table. Should we toast? And grabs the drink from Hawthorne. Should we toast to our and gestures to the dead body behind him. Our honored dead.
What was his name again? Do you remember?
Dad.
Oh, and bottoms up.
Takes a shot. Pours. Lord, do you want one?
I'm all right. Thank you, though.
Sorry, Gloria. And he.
No, you're good. I just, with a mob about, I don't know. I don't know. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Makes me feel stronger. I don't know.
It takes the edge of impending death and discomfort off my shoulders. Well, I don't know if that makes me more help. Like, you said a growing system?
And that is a perfect fade. So I have a quick question for the four of you. And that is, half an hour later, Mark and Karina return. What state are the four of you in half an hour later? Are you still downstairs? Are you still sober?
I'm sober. I'm investigating all of the lights in the house, marking them on a sheet, and trying to make some plans.
Love that. So, what you notice just marking or going around and looking at the light situation is that this house, it's the only lights that are on are the ones in rooms that are currently being used, which, for manners such as this, is a little unusual. Usually they stay illuminated for the most part, except, when going to bed. But seems like there's some conservation here. Kind of smacks of people trying to conserve what they have. But the lights do work in all of the rooms. A few of them clearly haven't been used recently, take a little to flicker on. One that doesn't take any time to flicker on is in the room that has the coffin. Flick that one on, lights come on quick, and you see these... From the doorway, you don't see the body. But you see that the coffin is open and covered with couple-day-old flowers. Looks like the flowers, even at their best, were a little scrawny. But they are covering whomever is inside the coffin.
I'll spritz some perfume and leave that really quickly.
Nyne,
Take a bed.
Why did you do that?
Incredible.
Lord, did you really just spritz perfume? It's lovely on a dead man's body.
On the flowers. They needed some help. The flowers needed my help.
Okay.
To do their job. And yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to go to the next room.
So we're just going around checking lights now? I have walked up behind you and following you now at this point. Walking with you.
I feel like it's unsustainable to try to grow plants if it's always dark. But also, I don't think it's possible for people to survive without food. I think that living organisms require some sort of sustenance, and maybe the person in charge doesn't need light or organic. I don't know, but the people here clearly do. But I don't know, how could they have survived 14 years? Are there different types of plants that live with little sunlight? I just kind of take your arm and I'm walking you through to continue checking lights with me as we're having this discussion. And I'm kind of speculating, how are people alive? There's a certain minimum required amount of calories that each person here needs to have. But I'm not sure how they could be getting these. Also, how do the lights work? Where's this energy? Yeah, but where? Have you seen any? Have you seen any light poles? maybe we. I don't.
Light poles you've seen.
We have.
You have seen street lights. You have definitely seen that. But as you're having this conversation, Mark and Karina, the two of you arrive at the door, and there is a as Mark knocks a total of 5 times.
Nyne, is that supposed to mean something to us?
Hawthorne stands up and is going to start walking towards the door to open the door for the people on the other side.
Do you check the people?
Yeah, did you check who it is?
I do. I do walk up to the people and I do look.
You see that it is Karina and Mark.
Okay. I'm like, oh, hey, you guys. Okay, hang on. I'll open it.
I imagine Hawthorne went to just open it impulsively, and Gloria and Nyne are behind them, like, no!
I'm a little drunk, so I could have totally done that. I'm sorry, you guys are right. Hang on, people. Hey, it's Karina. It's Karina. I got it.
Where's Brawk?
You see, Brawk is just you barely even glanced by him because he's usually moving so much, shaking, readjusting things, and overall awkward. He is sitting in a chair, mellow, quiet, and still. Hello?
I don't think this is even when you're passed out, you still move a little bit, but this is the calmest that I've seen you non-passed out.
I have consumed a lot of alcohol.
Mark,
and he just gets a big, awkward smile.
And Mark and Karina make their way through the door at this moment. So, Karina, you see this. And the rest of you see as Mark, once again, takes off his overcoat, hangs it up, re-secures the door, turns, sees all of you still there. Oh. No sleep in here, I suppose. Yeah. If you'll excuse me, I think I certainly need it. Turns to you, Karina, extends a hand.
She will take his hand.
Thank you for your
Of course.
insight and friendship.
Get some rest.
The 4 of you who were here, and therefore know which direction leads to Ira's bedroom, watch Mark walk that way. And you hear the door open and shut. And then the 5 of you are able to hear the muffled voices of Mark and Ira, largely indistinct because of the wind and groans of the old house. But anyone who wishes to try to make it out can make me notice checks. And Hawthorne, since you were making that check, just a reminder about your liquid courage hindrance. It won't impact your notice, but it does impact... Holy explosions, Nyne!
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Jeebos.
Whew. Good God! Holy explosions, Hawthorne!
And Gloria?
I got a 20, and Gloria got a 13.
I have a 7.
Nosy.
Jesus.
Oh, you're faded. You are faded right now.
Jesus, y'all.
I got a 4.
Well, that's still a success, normally, but there is a -2 penalty for this particular, because you're listening through walls. But still...
Hawthorne's drunk, so he's got liquid courage.
I'm
that
just
shit
like,
just went straight out though.
I'm blown away by this 17, 13, and 20.
The 20 is a triple explosion. A triple explosion from Hawthorne, a double explosion from Nyne, a single explosion from Gloria, a success with a modified 5 for Brawk. And Karina, I think that You can tell me why you don't hear it or make it out, but a part of me leans towards the fact that you just talked with Mark.
She just chooses to not
Exactly
pay attention to it. She's just gonna take her jacket off and once again unbutton her fucking soaking wet shirt and just stand there in her undershirt and kind of look over to Brawk, very confused as to why he's not moving. And then look to the mostly empty bottle of gin and just pick up the bottle of gin and join Brawk at the table.
So, everyone else, you're able to make out most of it. A few of you were able to make out all of it. Those of you who got explosions.
Well, Hawthorne, sort of started walking up the stairs while listening to it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So you hear the murmurs, and then as a few of you start to try to tune your ears in and make out what's being said, the first voice you can make out the words of are Ira's, and their voice is sharp with indignation. You had no right, Ismark. You can't just decide to send me away without even discussing it with me first. Bridgewater still needs help rebuilding. We can't just abandon them. Mark's reply. Those of you who got above a 10, you can also make out the emotion. His reply is measured, but it's laced with an unmistakable note of worry. Stradia still has her sights on you. And even if we don't believe the legend about people with red hair, others clearly do. And just cutting your hair short isn't going to be enough to change that. Bridgewater, it isn't safe for you anymore. There's a snort of defiance that echoes from the other side of the thin walls. I am no coward, Ismark, and I will not abandon our friends and neighbors in their hour of need. There's a pause. And then quietly, Ira, Gertie's gone. She left town this morning. Alone, apparently. Oh. Why? Mary thinks she went to the tower. She must have gone after Doyle. I told her to give him up, to accept that he's gone. But I don't think she ever could. And the five of you sit in this long, suffering silence. And then Mark begins to speak again, his words slightly fumbled. You can tell he's reaching, stretching, searching for any argument that he can use to convince Ira. I'm not asking you to abandon them. But there are others who need your help. Think about our neighbors who fled for Vallaki Hills. They need guidance, advocacy, and perhaps, one day, a leader to bring them home. Another long pause. And Ira's voice is low when they finally do speak again, barely even audible through the walls and wind. I still don't like it. Do you truly see no other way? It's your choice. I can't take that away from you, but after losing Father, I can't. I can't bear the thought of losing you too. The silence between them is palpable even in this other adjoining room, weighted with unspoken emotions. And when Ira's voice finally breaks it one last time, it is fragile. I will go. If only for you, Ismark. but not before I see Father laid to rest. The remaining conversation is brief, and you can't quite make it out. But then you do hear the sound of a door open and close, footsteps, and another different door open and close. And then just the sound of the wind and rain. And I think, because of the time, it is there with the five of you sitting in silence, having heard this conversation, knowing now what is at stake for Mark and Ira, and having a little bit more understanding of exactly what is going on here in Bridgewater and Barraville, that we leave this session to pick up again next time. Well done, everybody. Oh, the emotions. My heart. My heart. Thank you all so much for being here in the stream. If you missed anything or you want to listen to previous episodes or this episode when it's all cleaned up with extra sound effects and music and all that, check out the Go Buff Yourself podcast. Available anywhere you want. Anywhere you can get it. So I'm going to go around, say farewell to our wonderful adventurers. If you have any final announcements, please shout them out. But everyone in the stream, please don't go anywhere yet, even though we're done, because we are going to raid and share that love with someone else who's already telling a story. And a huge thank you to everyone who is here in the stream. We appreciate you sharing this story with us. I know it's not the typical D&D high fantasy one. It's a little bit heavier. So thank you for, as Smallville said, enduring this roller coaster of emotions for tonight. So I'm going to start with my lovely bride, Lauren.
Hi. Bye.
Fantastic. Sally.
Hey, I'm Sally. I've been streaming a lot, like every day.
Yeah, you have.
Come hang out. We body paint. See ya. Thanks, Ethan.
Matty.
I'm gonna pull a Lauren. Hi. Bye. Also, I will have a lot of new dice available on my Spotify as I just finished the last con of the year, and I'm hoping to get them up there before the end of October. So if you want to buy your lovely D&D people dice for Christmas, they should be up there.
It's always a good present. Mav.
Hey everyone, it's Fred Blackout on the internet. Chucking some dice with my peoples. Let's see, you can find me here on Twitch on DigitalClubhouseTV, where I'm playing wonderful new games. On Saturday, I'm currently playing The Crush House, which is, if you love puzzles and 90s slappy real-world reality TV with a weird bit of mystery, come on in and join that. We are gearing up for my DCTV's Shocktober Spooktacular, where I play horror games for the entirety of October. Yay!
Yeah.
With scares that you can donate bits to scare me, because content. So yeah, be sure to check that out next week. And yeah. Okay, bye.
And Anna Margaret.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, Val, for being here. If you're going to be at DreamHack Atlanta, not this weekend, but next weekend, come say hi. And it should be super fun.
And I think our only announcements are we are heading to the Des Moines Animate / Nightmare Weekend this weekend. So we'll be in Des Moines, Iowa, and on Friday I will be playing as a player in the Stage Call of Cthulhu game, and on Saturday I will be DMing and Lauren will be playing in a After Dark Not Safe for Work one-shot. So if you are in the area, please come check that out. This is going to be my test run for this one-shot, so if you can't be there live to watch it, don't worry, I'm planning on running it here on the stream sometime too, and it is preposterous. So I think those are all the new announcements, because we mentioned Mothership coming up on Mondays of October, so be sure to be here for that. It's going to be a great crew. We are off this Saturday with Wild Beyond because we're going to be at a con, but we will be back next week. So thank you all so much for being here. We, again, sincerely do appreciate it. And to the 5 of you playing this game, telling this story, I love you with all my hearts. Thank you so much for making this magic happen. You are truly magic, and you make these stories come to life. So thank you. Now, with all of that done, let's just raid someone, shall we? Let's get this raid going. Don't forget to be good to yourselves. We're doing a thing. I'm flexing because it's go buff yourself. But take care of yourselves. Hydrate. Hearts for everyone. Love you all. Be good to yourselves. Hydrate. Go buff yourself. And see you next week. Bye.